What's good, everyone? It's looking like we live here. Got a couple viewers in. Thanks for showing up and waiting. I appreciate you guys. Today I got some stuff I want to talk about, but obviously it's the Shill stream, so it could go left, it could go anywhere, man. It's kind of dictated by you guys. You know, we could start off talking about what I'm interested in and end up on page 17 on CoinMarketCap or something like that. So, you know, let's just have some fun. If whenever you make it in, even if you're watching the replay, go ahead and hit the like button. It definitely helps get the Shill stream out a little bit more. So let's just go ahead and get right into it, man. Hey, Mr. Low That Call first. And I see you hit that like. Thank you very much. My back end was kind of lagging because it showed 0 viewers, even though you just typed, so whatever. So we won't be based on that. So today I kind of want to talk about Block One's announcement about hiring somebody on as the CEO of their voice platform. And it kind of got me excited, man. So even though I have some harsh criticism about EOS itself, I don't have anything bad to say about Block One. And if I ever did, I want to definitely apologize, because I don't have any bad feelings about Block One. I think that they've delivered a really good product with the EOS.io software, and I think that Dan Larimer is a genius. And even though, here's the thing, sometimes, like, because they're part of the EOS community, people might feel like they're also part of Block One, and it's like, no, you're part of the EOS community, not Block One. And we might get carried away a little bit, but at the end of the day, Block One, they deliver, man. They provide updates. They released EOS.io software. They helped with Rex. They provide updates. EOS 2.0 is coming. Voice beta launch is happening on February 14th. So it's happening in 1 month and 5 days. I mean, it's exciting, man. So you got to give Block One their props. I'm a big fan of the whole EOS.io ecosystem of just different chains, and I give them all a try. I'm truly like a blockchain agnostic type person. I hear people say that, but that's really me. So let's go ahead and switch this over. So if you guys are new to the Shill stream and you're watching the replay, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. I mean, I'm doing this every single night. I do have some videos that eventually I plan on doing, and actually got an interview coming up with a fellow YouTuber, somebody that I respect in the space, somebody that hasn't been on the Shill stream, that hasn't been in the chat or anything like that. So I'll definitely mention it later on. Hopefully a few more people jump in, and we could see how they feel about this interview that I'm going to be doing. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's go head over to Twitter. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, why not? Just follow me there. I'll let you know if I'm ever gonna miss a Shill stream or something. Probably on there. I think YouTube has posts also, but this is where I'll probably be communicating for the most part. So just follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. And also on this new platform, the Lynx chain is out. It's like the new hot thing. It might continue to grow, it might not. So if you're on Chirp, I guess you can't really follow me on Chirp, but just know that I am also on Chirp. I'm kind of testing this thing out because you can pin your post on like this feed that everybody sees on the side here. So I just posted the Shill stream. Hopefully we can get some more people that's in crypto, just aware of the Shill stream at least, and maybe we can bring a few people in as well. This seems like a niche community, so they might see like, oh, okay, if he knows about this, then he's paying attention, and then they find out like, yeah, man, it's a community of us that be here every night for the most part, enjoying, interacting, and talking crypto, and we have some pretty good knowledge usually within our conversation. So those are the few platforms. Just check me out on. If you guys don't have the Lynx wallet, I have a link in the description. I get 1 coin, you get 1 coin. Really not that big of a deal. 1 Lynx token, not that big of a deal. But at the same time, only 21 million coins. maybe this could be a few dollars eventually. So nothing big, but go ahead. The bigger thing is to claim your name. I got the name low key, and I got the name low key money. So I'm pretty much good at this point, but you can get up to 3 with just a phone number. So, it's something to check out, man. So, something I wanted to share with you guys today is this announcement from Block One, and I kind of wanted to go over the article just a little bit because Voice is coming, man. Voice is coming. It's gonna be here in a little over a month from today, and I think that Voice has a good chance of succeeding. So far, Block One they've been nailing it. They nailed it with their ICO. They nailed it with the SEC. They nailed it with the EOS.io software. Whether or not you think EOS is doing well, the EOS.io software is good. I mean, so many different chains came from it. So they've been just nailing it when it comes to Block One. They've hired hundreds of people. They've had hackathons globally. I mean, you gotta just tip your hat to them, man. And what has it been? The bull run was just in 2017. So how long has it really been since Block One raised all of that money? I think that in the years to come, we're going to see a lot more come from Block One, and I'm super excited to see what that's going to be. And Voice is one of those platforms, and now they have a new CEO for Voice. Now, I don't know who this guy is. It's not like somebody I've been following. I don't read a bunch of articles about different CEOs and things of that nature. However, they do go into it in this article, and I want to talk about it. So, Voice Social welcomes Salafel, former Forbes Global Chief Digital Officer, as CEO. So he will be the Chief Executive Officer of Voice Social Media. He's not just coming to Block One to be, somebody on the board at Block One or whatever the case is. Like, he's focused entirely on Voice. And once you hear a little bit about what this guy has done, for Forbes, you realize, like, man, they're actually going out and recruiting some talent. So let's go ahead and check out this article from Block One, and we're just gonna skim through it. I don't want to be that guy that just reads articles word for word. So Voice, the decentralized media network being developed by Block One, announced today that it has appointed Forbes's Global Chief Digital Officer Sala Zalatimo as Chief Executive Officer, effective January 20th, 2020. So that means in about a week and a half, this guy will be the CEO of Voice. And I like how this is going because I didn't want it to just be somebody that didn't have the history and experience running a major social company. And this guy does have the experience. So we didn't even know that they were going to hire a CEO. We probably thought Brandon Bloomer was going to try to run it, or, Dan Larimer, and they were just going to go with the flow. It's a Block One product. No, this is a company. This Voice thing is a company, and they got a really seasoned CEO as a part of the company. So it talks about how, they talked about Voice and rewarding their users and things of that nature. And then it tells you that Voice is expected to launch a public beta on February 14th, 2020. I hope they hold true to that. I think that they probably will, but you never know at the end of the day. But they're planning on launching on February 14th, but you just never know what can happen, right? So let's talk about this guy, Sala, man. Not Solomon. Yeah, the CEO thing was a bit of a surprise, is what Mr. Lodak said. And it's a pleasant surprise, though. Like, it's definitely a pleasant surprise, in my opinion. I'm feeling the structure around this starting to, make an image that I'm starting to see. And I keep on telling myself, like, I'm going to be on Voice posting. I would like to maybe do something a little bit different, like music or something like that. But you know what? Maybe it's crypto. So this is a pleasant surprise, and I'm excited to see what comes from Voice. So Sala joined Forbes in 2015, right? And think about just the way that content has shifted in the past few years on the internet. Like, it's different from what it used to be. A lot of these companies were still very heavy in print. Crypto Media was good, man. Thanks for coming back to the Shill stream. We have some exciting conversation about voice. You say when voice? Well, the beta is February 14th. That's the expected launch date. And I'm really happy about the announcement of this CEO that is the CEO of Voice now. You know, it's a very pleasant surprise to see that they're looking for some leadership who's going to really go ahead and try to push this platform to its biggest potential. So we've seen the shift for a lot of these companies go from print to digital. And a lot of companies did not survive doing this. We're seeing this transition play out to be very difficult for large media companies like newspapers and other news sources. And Forbes, who's primarily just a magazine most people know it for, was part of that shift. You don't really hear people still talking about a lot of the the magazines from back in the days. I won't go through a list of them, but you do hear Forbes' name still in the mix. It's Forbes. It's Forbes. So Zalatimo joined Forbes in 2015 after the company acquired his startup. So he had a startup and they bought it from him. And then over the past years, he led a successful digital transformation. All right. So yielding a completely re-engineered product organization. This is, Robenzo, what's good, man? Good seeing you here. We're talking about Block One's voice platform and how exciting it is to have a CEO from a successful company come by and start running the show, man, and get things moving. So this is the part that I'm really looking at, is that he has led a successful digital transformation yielding a completely re-engineered product organization which rebuilt the Forbes platform from the ground up. He's from brand new technology taking over and having to take a new approach to things. That's what he's done already. And we all know Forbes. We it's not like a name that like faded into the background. It's still very relevant. And just to go through the rest of this paragraph, it's not even a long article. Like, look, it's done. And then this last part is about Block One. So it's a very short article. So to continue here, the new publishing platform named Birdie, after the Storied Brands founder, integrates an AI editor that drives the effectiveness of the company's 3,000 plus contributors, right? So they have so many people that are writing articles on Forbes and blogs or whatever the case is. While overseeing Forbes' digital group, which is what he did, the platform published over 500,000 pieces of content, and then we're talking about just in the past 4 to 5 years, spanning nearly every topic area, and nearly doubled its audience. Doubled to over 110 million monthly users, making it a global top 100 website by traffic. That's the second part that I really want to focus on. So this was the first part that I wanted to focus on. Boom. And then this right here, doubled its audience right here. So this guy, he's able to come and be a part of the transition with new technology, a whole new approach to things, because this is what voice is going to have to be. There's going to be a new approach. This is brand new. And on top of that, he helped double its audience to over 110 million monthly users. Now, Forbes is not necessarily a social media platform. They're not. They're a content platform. I don't know exactly what the proper phrase for them might be, but they're not necessarily a social media platform. So what kind of scale could we get on with voice? Now, I put the EOS icon in my thumbnail today, but Voice is not going to be launching on EOS right away. When EOS gets to a point that it's ready for Voice, Block One would like to transition onto the Voice platform. Block One would like to transition Voice onto the EOS platform. And, I have a lot of harsh criticism about what's going on EOS right now, but do I think it'll bounce back? Yeah, man, like it's not going nowhere. However, I want to be part of a platform where I can just earn, you know what I mean? Like I can earn crypto and I could use it within the same ecosystem. I don't want to speculate anymore, man. Like I'm tired of the speculation, bro. Like I really want to use this stuff. I want to, I've been hearing about it for years now, what these smart contract platforms are going to be capable of doing. Being able to use a platform that has cryptocurrency integrated in it, that has blockchain behind it, so it's like permanent, it's immutable, you know what I'm saying? I want to see how the world adjusts to it as well. There's all this cancel culture going on. You're gonna have to really mean what you say, you're gonna have to really, like, when you voice your opinion, you're gonna have to take it serious, so I want to see what kind of social impact this type of project can have if it really grows to scale. Now, the fact that they're not launching it immediately on the EOS blockchain is a relief for me. When I first seen it, I was like, oh man, here we go. Now it's not even on EOS. What's it gonna be? But I sat for a little while and I thought about it and I'm like, they made the right call, man. They already spent $30 million on the name voice.com, on the domain name voice.com. They spent $30 million there. You think they're just gonna launch it on the chain and it's not ready? But they can't wait forever. There's an argument about EOS being decentralized or not, and it's like, yeah, it probably has some centralization when it comes to the block producers and stuff. However, Block One does not run EOS. They don't have the power to just come in and make changes. No one entity has that power. So there's a certain level of decentralization that they just don't have control over. And if they want Voice to be successful, they need to put it on a chain that it can succeed on. So I don't know what that chain is going to be like, if it's going to be completely centralized, if they have partners on the back end that they're working with. So we don't know, and we're just going to have to wait and see. However, I'm excited. This was like the best news I could get from Block One. We got to give them some more credit than they've been getting, man. They really deserve a lot of credit. In the past 2 years, they released the EOS.io software. We did, EOS.io 1.8. EOS.io 2.0 is coming very soon. They released the Rex, the resource exchange. They've announced Voice and showed us a sneak peek, and now we're going to be using it next month. I mean, Block One is doing a good job. They settled with the SEC. 28 million? That was a slap on the wrist. That was nothing. 28 mil? Bro, they are doing a great job. Now they're going to be, Dan Larimer is going to be speaking in Washington, D.C. They're working side by side with the regulators. These are the people to watch. You know what I'm saying? These are the people to watch. And I don't necessarily need to hold EOS tokens to be a participant in this crypto ecosystem or the EOS.io ecosystem as well. I still have a little bit of EOS, just a little change or whatever. I'm probably not going to let that go. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I'm not really going too hard. I was really having fun on the EOS network. They had some gambling dApps. You get to try them out. I'm not really a gambler like that, but I played those dApps a little bit. I tried a couple of dApps out, and it's fun, and you see what's going on, and you're earning dividends, and you're getting rewarded. But, how long until that gets played out? You know what I'm saying? That gets played out eventually. Now, we got a whole social media platform that we're going to be able to, like, really change the way content is monetized, man. Like, it's going to be monetized in a completely different way. There's going to be a certain form of universal basic income by just coming to the platform every day. You can earn coins. So that's another thing that's being integrated into it. Might not be the typical UBI that people are hearing from people like Andrew Yang and stuff. However, just being able to get coins that hold value outside of that ecosystem, well, it's really going to be value within the ecosystem, but can trade for value outside that ecosystem and you get rewarded just for coming to the platform every day, that's dope. Let's go to voice.com real quick, and actually I think they had the link at the bottom. Let's open this in a new tab. So they had it somewhere. Let's see. Raise your voice, claim your voice. Everyone gets some voice just for showing up. This means everyone has a chance to be heard. What do you want to voice? Sorry, that sentence, I seen the word voice coming up. I'm like, how are they writing that sentence? What do you want to voice? Everyone gets some voice just for showing up. That's it. Let's see. Matt Sandstrom, I hope there's an airdrop for all EOS holders of the new voice token. I doubt that'll happen. You're going to have to earn voice just by coming to the platform. But you never know. However, I just think that it's just going to be a fresh landscape, playing field for everybody to just come through, because it's not going to be targeted at EOS holders. It's going to be targeted to everybody. It's going to be marketed to everybody. Cryptov says, I think they will run voice on multiple chains because such big DApp can't be only on one chain. Yeah, that's possible too. And then I don't know what they're doing to the side chain, the sister chain or whatever that they're going to be launching it on. So we're just going to have to wait and see, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did have certain parts of it running on well, that's going to be interesting, because that might have some interoperability features that we never seen get activated as well too. And he said no airdrop because of legalities. That I believe as well. They've been really playing it safe when it comes to regulation and making sure that things are legal, and they're pushing it forward, man. They're trying to help. They're going to DC. They're trying to open up these conversations, man. Well, it needs to somehow benefit EOS. That's the whole point. You know what, Matt? I feel what you're saying. Like, I feel you. But it doesn't need to benefit EOS because it's voice, which is a Block 1 product. It's not an EOS product. However, Block 1 has a strong relationship with EOS because that's the blockchain that they helped launch. It's from the EOS.io software, the first one from it. And they plan on putting it onto the EOS blockchain. And obviously with the resource exchange and everything, they're going to need resources on the network. It's going to cost. So, people will eventually see some benefit on the EOS blockchain. However, they don't have to do that. Voice is its own platform. It's not EOS, it's Voice. That's that. Voice is a company. And this article that I was just reading earlier really reassured us that it's a company. The fact that, not that we didn't know it was a company, it was a product, and we knew that there's a lot of money behind it, but now seeing that there's a CEO for Voice alone, that brings a whole new sense of relief. It gives you a little bit more foresight into how far they really want to take this thing. They're not just trying to, release something that's cool for the people. They want to compete. The name Voice is already good. Down the line, you see how Facebook has bought some of these other apps like WhatsApp and Instagram and they have Messenger, and they have, I think Periscope might be one of theirs. I'm not sure. But with voice.com, they could probably integrate with a cell phone service provider or something. Like, we don't know what they can do. They have a big war chest, man. So let's see. So let's see what Cryptov said. They bought a lot of RAM to be able to provide new accounts for new users. Yeah, so that's something that they want to do, but we see what's going on EOS right now. It's not ready for Voice. It's not. So does that mean that we need to wait for Voice for however long it takes for EOS to be ready? No, that doesn't make sense. This is a big time company. This is not just people with ideas that are working out their garage. Like, this is a billions of dollars in this company have been raised. They're sitting on billions of dollars. They have some real organization and strategic goals that they need to reach, and they have dates. Things are date driven. Hey, we need to launch by this date. They don't just come in and say, hey, what's going on with EOS? Did we fix that yet? Yo, we gotta launch the voice, so we gotta fix EOS. You know, hey, where the community's taking long to do. No, it's just, we have a date. We have a target date for voice. All right, we already released it to the public that we're going to be launching this social media platform, and we plan on launching it on EOS. So Matt says if they leave EOS to just die and drown, they will go down as the biggest scam ever. They're not gonna just leave EOS. That they're not doing. See, Block One, they own voice. However, Block One is still a software. I don't know what the name what the name of the type of company that they are, but they still are gonna be putting in a lot of work on EOS. They're going to help build it to a point where it's ready for big social media platforms like voice. It's just not ready right now. They are not leaving EOS. They're not. They announced, EOS 2.0. They still need to help implement that. Dan Larimer just helped upgrade the Rex, the resource exchange. So now things are supposed to be working differently. The block producers already approved it. So like, there's a lot of things that are literally still happening with EOS directly from Block One. This is like days ago and currently. So they are not stepping away from EOS. According to everything that we've been seeing so far, there's not even the smallest like hint of them stepping away from EOS. It doesn't seem like that at all. Everything they've been doing has been to add value to EOS. However, it's just not ready for voice. And that doesn't mean that we should just wait around forever for voice. They didn't spend $30 million on that domain name for nothing. And who knows how much they spent on actually developing the platform. They have their own sector. They already said that, their own sector that's just committed to voice. It's just voice. That's that part of Block One. So Block One might eventually be an umbrella, that caters to EOS, something that caters to voice in one section, and then whatever else they end up picking up. And it's just gonna be like a big ecosystem for decentralized products is what I think that they're gonna have. And I'm excited to see what they build, man. They're doing good so far. They're not exit scamming or anything like that, man. Will go down as the biggest scam ever. That's I feel you too, man. I feel exactly what you're saying. But they're a part of that $4 billion that they have. A big part of it is like a big part of their war chest is literally EOS. They hold EOS tokens, so they need to keep the value in EOS. They hold a large portion of EOS tokens at like 100 million or something like that, right? Like, I don't know how much they own right now. We could probably just check on blocks.io. Let's go ahead and check it out. So B1, isn't that their account? So look at how much they have staked. 40 million staked, 49 million net staked. And then they still have 6 million available. This is a public wallet right here. You can see how much coins that they're holding. So they have, let's do the math right now. We could just do the math. Because we talk about Block One having, so much money in their war chest. H Boogie, what's good, man? Good to see you here today. We talking voice and how we excited about their announcement for, bringing on a CEO. So I don't even have to do the math right here. So EOS at the low price that it is right now in this staking to net is stupid. They should stake most of it to CPU. All right, so this is Block One, so I'm not even gonna question why they're staked to CPU or net or whatever the case might be. I'm sure they understand the software and like anyway. So EOS is only valued at $2.73 right now. So this is in a bear market that they're holding on to $263 million worth of EOS. They're not just gonna leave and let $263 million tank even more and turn into what, $100,000, something like that. Like, that's not what a successful startup does. Like, and everything they've done so far has been nothing but really good for the space. They got to settle with the SEC for a slap on the wrist of $28 million for raising for the EOS launch, for the EOS token what's the word? The ICO basically. They got to settle with the SEC for 28 million. Slap on the wrist. They're pushing it forward. They ain't going nowhere when it comes to EOS, guys. Like, I don't even know why I'm going in on this, because I don't even think anybody really thinks that they're leaving EOS. It's just the simple fact that they don't plan on launching voice initially on the EOS blockchain. However, eventually it will be. So H Boogie says Didex is, or DYDX, I don't know if it's Didex or DYDX, is currently paying over 20% for lending. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to check that out. I'm wrapping it up a little bit on some of this EOS and voice talk, and we could always circle back to it, but that's very interesting. We could look at Didex in a minute. So Matt says their billion is in cash and Bitcoin mostly. They were smart and dumped all ETH from the ICO. Okay. They haven't been making any moves with the EOS or staking from launch as to not cause panic. Yeah, Mr. Lodek is right. Like, imagine if they were to just like withdraw some of their EOS, like people will go crazy, man. This is not like Ripple, no disrespect to anybody that's holding XRP. It's not like Ripple. They haven't just been dumping on us and, you know, trying to, you know, telling us about what they're working on, what they're working on. Consistently throughout the years, they have been releasing more and more code. You know, they just had 8 months ago, they just had their keynote event, you know. So any conspiracies that anybody might have about Block One, like, you're gonna be let down, you know. And I'm not saying Matt has any conspiracies or anything like that, but I think that they've been proving themselves. Like, what else do you want? Not you, but what else do people really want from Block One? Like, there's only so much they could do at once, man. They released the EOS.io software a year and a half ago. Like, a year and a half ago, they released it. So they raised their ICO, then a year and a half ago, they released the code, right? So many other side chains already launching chains off of that code and building blockchain products, right? They became the #1 used blockchain, EOS, in the world. #1 in terms of daily operations, right? They release updates to the code, you know, EOS.io 1.8, the Rex resource exchange, allowing people to, you know, lend out their resources and hopefully make some type of income on the back end. Now, people found ways to try to exploit EOS. It ain't ready for voice. That's for sure. There's probably a lot of pressure on Dan Larimer to try to get it up to the point where it's ready for voice. They just announced their proxy. They're gonna, or was it a proxy? They're voting, right? They're gonna be voting for block producers. So they're gonna try to really push the button on making things happen, man. So I got a lot of respect for Block One, man. They explaining how spending so much of our ICO money on voice will help EOS. Maybe you said, maybe you meant to say then. It will go onto EOS. Same way, oh, they aren't explaining. It's pretty simple. There's a certain amount of, not pretty simple, but there's a certain amount of resources, right? There's a certain amount of resources on EOS. And when voice eventually transitions over to EOS, they will need to use those resources. They will have to buy RAM for free accounts. They will have to do a lot of different things in order to continue to get resources on the network. On top of that, it will be a proven use case for the EOS blockchain. Do you want, what do people want them to do? Like, it's a dApp launching platform. You know what I mean? It's a smart contract platform for people to release dApps. And they're promising to put potentially the biggest dApp that we've ever seen in the crypto space, potentially, on the EOS blockchain. What else can they do? You know, like, what else can they legally do? So I think that they had an ICO and people, you know, the bull run happened, massive bubble, and people are just trying to find ways that the coin could go back to that price, and I'm all for that. I want to see it back in the $20 range. I want to see it go to $100. Shoot, I'm feeling like Rob from Cypher Glass, EOS at $1,000. I would love to see that. However, they just can't just come through and inflate the price of EOS. Like, that's not legal. That's not legal. All they can do is add value to the platform, which they've been continuously doing. And not only are they trying to do that in the back end, now they're going to be doing that in the front end, basically. So I'm excited about Voice. If you guys haven't signed up for the beta, make sure you go ahead and sign up for the beta. This platform could end up tanking. It could be a complete failure. It could suck, be trash, and it's like, whatever, man. Good try. That's what could really happen to this project. However, the fact that they're adding some people onto leadership here, this guy right here, I'm really happy to see somebody with experience that helped Forbes go up to 110 million monthly users and make it a top 100 website by traffic. I mean, amongst all the websites out there, he helped bring Forbes to a top 100 website by traffic, and now he's going to be the CEO of Voice, and I think that is a very good move, man. So I think Matt has a lot of suspicion when it comes to Block 1 and Dan Larimer. Even if Dan left Block 1, like, that doesn't stop anything, man. We wouldn't want that to happen. We wouldn't want that to happen. But what does that do? Does that mean Block 1 is just exit scams? Like, bro, just gotta do more research, man. If you think that Block 1 is going anywhere, not doing enough research. That's the way I look at it. So congratulations to Mr. Sala Zalatimo, and he's living in Brooklyn right now, so shout out to him. I'm from Queens, New York, man. The Crypto Type, what's up, man? We just kind of went off a lot about Voice, the fact that they got a new CEO. Super excited about that. I think that Block 1 is taking things in the right direction with that platform, and then hopefully we see things, get better when it comes to EOS, the EOS blockchain itself. I'm excited to see what happens with that. So just getting on to some other stuff, man. H Boogie, he mentioned Dydex. I think it's Dydex, DYDX. We're gonna look at that in a second. So Bitcoin, obviously, yesterday didn't close above this line over here, so we're definitely still looking bearish, excuse me. Whoa, sorry, we're still looking bearish. We've been just setting lower and lower highs. We're just gonna have to see if we come down and do some sideways movement, if we're gonna have enough momentum to go ahead and break out of here, man. Matt Sandstrom said, I'm all in on EOS, loved it, but now I'm scared. Okay, I feel you, man. What up, Crypto Type? Thanks for jumping in the chat. So here's my thing. I went all in on EOS at one point too, but I over the years I've come to that understanding. I've come to that same understanding that I don't need to be over here, man. I don't need to be here. You don't need to be here, man. Like, we don't need to be going all in on these projects so early. EOS has only been around a couple of years, man, and they've only been active as a blockchain for what, year and a half now. So I decided I'm not gonna be all in on EOS. I'd rather be putting more effort into the projects that launch on EOS, where you can earn cryptocurrency for your contribution to their network, not just buying the back-end token that provides developers resources and potentially users depending on which app that they're interacting with. I'd rather be earning from the social media platform, not just saying, hey, I got this coin and I have these resources and I'm gonna hold it hostage. You know what I mean? That's not what I want to do. So Crypto said Dan created Steemit, which made a lot of money to some people. Yeah, he did, man. Steemit was like his pre-EOS, pre-Voice, proof of concept, kind of. Yeah, just by posting content. This time around, it's gonna be, oh man, I'm just excited, man. I really am excited, guys. So pretty dope, man. Let's go ahead and check out CoinGecko. Check out. Come on, man. What's up with this thing? So this is I don't really know much about Didex. Oh, so this is a margin trading platform. So how do you lend on this platform? I've never really used this. So guys, just to let you know, so I really do like the decentralized finance that's going on the Ethereum blockchain. I think that EOS.io is going to really be for games and social media, and I think that Ethereum is going to play a really big hand in some of those things as well, but really the financial aspect and maybe even like enterprise software and things of that nature. And you know, both of them might end up, you know, crossing over and kind of doing both things. And Saturday I'm supposed to be doing an interview. I'll try to release it on Sunday with my homie Chris Bleck. You guys probably know Chris Bleck. He's big on decentralized finance, man. I have a lot of respect for him. He's great at explaining what these platforms do, very well, you know, broken down for everybody. So him and we're gonna do a quick little interview talking about decentralized finance on Saturday, and I'll try to get it out by Sunday. Barely probably need to do any edits, but I just, you know, gonna want to have to go through it and stuff. And yeah, man, so look forward to that, man. Me and Chris Bleck. If you guys know DeFi and you try to learn stuff, like, he's the guy to really check out. If you haven't checked out his channel, go ahead and check it out. It's at Chris Bleck, BLEC, man. And I'm excited to see, you know, just to chat it out with him and see what he thinks about the space right now, where he sees DeFi going, and just, you know, the tribalism that goes on in crypto and stuff like that. So H Boogie said you could borrow up to 78% of your collateral. That's nice, but you know, be careful, you know, about getting liquidated. And he said, I learned how to use CDPs from you and Chris. Thanks, man. I'm glad, man. I'm glad I was able to help somebody out there, man. Was you the one that said you waved up to like 40 ETH or something like that? That's super dope, man. So Mr. Lodak said, don't margin trade unless you know what you are doing. If you don't even know what indicators are on charts, you are simply gambling. Yeah, I don't do margin trading, man. I tried a little bit out and I'm like, nah, bro, it ain't for me, man. It was straight gambling, man. H Boogie said, yes, sir. Nice, man. Waved up that ETH, bro. You know how many people trying to get their 36 Ethereum right now, man? So I'm glad to see that you waved up like that. Hopefully, well, you must have did it the right way, because you don't just go to 40 ETH just like that, man. So you did an excellent job, man. One day we gotta get you on the channel, teach people how to wave up all the way to 40 and be disciplined, man. Said I supplied DAI and let myself USDC on Didex. You see, you might have to give me the. So is this the whole Didex thing, man? Like, I feel like is this the front page for Didex, or is there another area where I can, like, let's see. Okay, USDC, DAI, borrow. Okay, supply. So what? Man, 16%? That's insane. Has it been fluctuating though? Like, has it been fluctuating? That's it, go to borrow. Oh, so you just been kind of like back and forth between these two, cheap to borrow, high interest. Is that what you've been doing? And kind of just arbitraging between the two? Because that's a good method. Is that what you've been doing? Because that sounds fire. So have you just been arbitraging between these two, basically? That sounds like a really good method. That's it. Bingo. H Boogie, I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna give it a try. And hopefully I can, like, show everybody how they can earn some coin, you know, with crypto, man. Yo, this decentralized finance, like that's really how you could wave up, man, especially when the market is kind of low like this and you have confidence. You know, there's still the risk that the market continues to go down, continues to plummet. And when you're looking at this chart right here, you don't really see a bullish market here. However, long term, if you do think that we're gonna end up, you know, above here, or it doesn't have to be above here, really it could be back here, anywhere, you can make some significant profits using decentralized finance. Now Didex has, you know, margin, it has margin trading. I don't take any part in margin trading, but people do. And basically the way they set this up, it's all pretty decentralized. Is on the back end, you're lending them crypto kind of, and you're getting a percentage rate for lending it to them. And it's all ran in smart contracts, and they use collateral, so it's very difficult for you to really like just lose your money. So he said he uses this DeFi Saver. You can switch between 4 different protocols with 1 click. You can move money between them. You know, H Boogie, I've been slacking on my DeFi, man, and you're encouraging me to get back on DeFi. I had got liquidated. So basically what happened is, back when I was showing, basically I waved up my ETH one time nicely when the market kind of went from this area right here. I had Ethereum around, like, I think $120. ETH USD. This is BitMEX. Let's do Coinbase. So it was right, yeah. So around here, I was like buying ETH, man. 120. I seen it go down. I was just like scooping it up. 120, 130, 140, whatever. And I let it wave all the way up, bro. And it basically paid for itself. And I made some good money doing that, man. I stacked up some ETH doing that. And then the second time around that I did it was probably like, I don't know, around here. I don't remember exactly when. And I wasn't home. I didn't have any access to the same wallet that I had on my desktop. And I was like thinking about calling my wife and being like, here's step one. Here's step one, and talking it through this crypto stuff. And I was like, you know what, man, it is what it is. Getting liquidated in, you know, your collateralized debt position doesn't mean you go to zero. It just means you pay back your loan with what you have collateralized, and then you have to pay a fee. So it's not like I went back down to zero, but since then I haven't really gone crazy with the CDPs. And then once the APR went low on the compound.finance and the whole thing was going from single collateral DAI to multi-collateral DAI, the interest rates went down and I kind of just slowed up. But now I need to get my hands, you know, back into the pot. Said, to whomever has the highest savings rate on DeFi Saver, they have an automatic CDP saver function. It automatically saves and boosts your CDPs, stops the liquidation from occurring. Man, I'm just gonna have to just, you know what? It's such a good product. I'm just gonna have to get right back into it, man. You know, I ended up putting like $200 into MCO, and it's up now. I actually made some money off of it, but I got it locked into like this little savings account or whatever, and earning like 4% interest. And I'm like, why did I lock it up, man? I'm like, what's going on with me, man? I'm losing my mind. I should not have locked that up. Wow, synthetics has taken a significant plunge, and I'm wondering if there's ever a good point to get back in, or if it's game over from here. You know, that 50% interest rate is ridiculous, man. That's why I didn't touch it, because it's like 50% interest rate. That sounds cool, but sounds dangerous. So MCO is doing good, but that 4% is nothing, and I almost wish like I'd have just kept it in a regular CDP and just did my weekly video and went through the fluctuations. But I was using compound.finance before, and what I'm probably gonna do is use DeFi Saver this time around, because DeFi Saver does have those functionalities to put you between those different contracts and stuff. And yeah, If it sounds too good to be true, BitConnect. That's a fact, bro. Like, and you know what? It could be true. 50% APR. Yeah, but you're getting 50% of the volatile coin. So it could easily dump on you, and it probably will at that type of return. However, the stuff that me and H Boogie talking about this has to do with stable coins. It's still new, so there's some risk to it in that sense, but really the risk is low in comparison to other crypto things that we got going on, right? To staking other crypto projects. So I'm definitely gonna look into this Didex. Let's see. So here's where I can get my CDP basically. Interesting. I might have to do this live. I think I might do this live. Put like 1 ETH in, show people how you can get like multiply your ETH again live, and just continuously monitor it every night on the Shill stream. Like, I'm interested in doing that. Somebody had reached out to me on Twitter asking them to join their Bitcoin node, and I could make like an 8% return. I think it was annual or something like that, and I get paid daily. And you know, I was considering that, and I don't know, man. I don't like to just automatically call everything a scam, and I don't think that's a scam, but also it's like I don't want to spread myself thin on, you know, trying to get as much coin as I can and not really being able to vet out what's a legit project or what's worth doing. And you know, so I try to just stick to the decentralized stuff, not trust too many people. Seemed like a good guy, and I'll reach back out to him and see if I get feedback from anybody else that might have been dealing with that situation, and see how trustworthy it can be, because I'm not here to play with my coin, man. I don't do none of that stuff. Like, I gotta be in a smart contract for me, really, or like a big company like crypto.com or Coinbase, you know. So H Boogie said, I'm increasing my staking this year, more passive income. I'm working on creating my own CDP. The interest rate paid for supplying ETH is simply too low. Let's chat. So the interest rate paid for supplying ETH is simply too low. Yeah, that's a factory. That's a fact. And those are some of the things. So like, there was a couple of things that for me just kind of drew me away from it. They had a really high rate on Maker for the fee, and I was like, it kind of like pushed me away from it. So I went over to Compound Finance. Interest rate immediately just kept going down. I was like, not really worth it. And then eventually it was like, man, it's just a bunch of, you know, 6% here, 8% there, and that's on a good day. It was really looking like 4% and stuff. And since then, I haven't even really paid that much attention, man. So that's why I reached out to Chris Bleck, because I'm like, you know what, man, I don't want to fade away from the DeFi space. I need to actually make sure I'm getting my coin. Let me holler at him, do a nice interview, see what some of the good projects are to keep an eye out there. The good thing is that there's no shilling any coins, you know what I mean? There's no shilling of coins. It's just talking about different projects and just going from there. And it's mostly stable coin type of projects, man. So that's the other thing, is that like, yeah, so staking Ethereum is probably going to be where it's at going into just this year in general, when ETH 2.0 releases and staking happens, because the returns for lending out ETH suck. It sucks. So it's like no point in doing it almost. ETH is too volatile to be getting such a low rate. And I think that staking is really going to be where it's at, and a lot of Ethereum is going to be locked up. There's a lot of Ethereum that's already locked up in DeFi right now, but when staking comes around, it's a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap, and I'm excited, man. I kind of want to see what's popping with this. So let's see, history, no, market. So the borrow APR, bruh, this can't be real. How often does it fluctuate like this, man? See, this is why I got it. This is why I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna sit down and look at this stuff, because were we not just looking at, like, you could just rewind. Like, you could literally rewind to 10, 15 minutes ago. The rate was just 17% when I was looking at it a few moments ago. See, and I don't like this right here is not enough for me. But how, if you know, man, let me know how often this thing fluctuates like that, because that's insane. And what's going on dang, ETH not looking too healthy. I mean, nothing really is, right? Nothing really is. But the fundamentals behind ETH are looking pretty healthy, so you know, I'm willing to wait it out and see. Let's check out Compound Finance. What are they giving out now? Like, look at this, 0.02 for ETH. That ain't nothing, man. So DAI been kind of creeping up, man. 5.89%. That's not so bad. $5.89% ain't so bad. How you getting more on Wrap BTC than ETH itself? I just don't get that. But nobody really wants these coins right now. This is still, market's still kind of bearish. Nothing really happening in crypto. It's only things happening for crypto people, really. So it's like, I don't know. It don't seem right to me. Let me see. For DeFi Saver, do I have to log in? What's this? Crypto account and debit card. Lumina token sets. DeFi Saver's not on here? I could have swore it was on here. I got at least like one ETH on my MetaMask. Let's see. Might lot. Nah. I don't even know why I just logged in for. Do you do anything for your mobile? Like, I got Engine Wallet also. I be doing stuff on my mobile sometimes. And does anybody rock with Pool Together? I was hoping that maybe like, oh, okay, so you can see it right here. 5.88%, 4.13%. I want to know if there's a way to like see the history, man. Like, you could earn Kyber too, huh? So for anybody that don't really know how, you know what? That's what tomorrow's gonna. I should have did that the other day when I did DeFi. Like, put DeFi just because I didn't know anything. Yes, I use Trust and MetaMask. I haven't pooled yet. I should have did it live here, like, so I'm gonna probably do something tomorrow, DeFi live, probably drop one ETH or something and DAI into, maybe I'll put another ETH in it, or just bring this to 2 ETH or something like that, or just $200 flat. That might be a best idea. and just start seeing this accumulate. But I want to get some more ETH, so maybe I'll just start showing me doing that, and people could just say like, damn, so I really watched it live, like your man waved up the ETH, like he took like 5 ETH and waved it up. That's kind of what I want to show people. So that's what I'm really thinking, man. So I'm not on here for much longer, guys. Mom's cooked up some food. I got my mom's here with us. It's a beautiful thing, man. Not gonna lie, guys, like last year I did pretty good with crypto, man. Let's see what this tax stuff is like, to be honest. When I said I did pretty good, I made a few racks, and those few racks helped me just be able to put money down on this house. So we got a pretty decent sized house, and we were able to move my mom's in. You know, she's a big help for us, bro. Like, we just had this baby, so now she be helping out with the baby. She's Caribbean moms that's mostly like a housewife kind of mom too, so she's been cooking every night, been helping with the cleaning. I'm like, yo, I'm spoiled. So now I'm living here with my mom. Well, let me start that over. I'm here with my wife, obviously, my daughter, and my mom. Like every woman in my life that I need is right here, man. So I'm blessed, and crypto played a small role in that. Helped me sit down, focus on the things I want to do, you know, not go out all the time, try to build my channel up, save some bread, you know, learn about financials a lot more than I used to want to learn about it. So, man, thanks, H Boogie. You said from you learned how to double my ETH holdings, man. See, this is just, I'm glad that I was able to help at least one person. And now look, you're getting to return the favor to me. You're drawing me back in, encouraging me back in to just, you know, wave it up. Like, what am I waiting on, man? So everything comes full circle, man. That's what the whole Shill stream is about. It's about me mentioning stuff, you guys learning from me, you guys mentioning stuff, me learning from you guys. And tomorrow we're gonna do this live, man. I just want to look at a couple of things, and we're gonna do some DeFi stuff live, and we're gonna wave up some Ethereum, man. Like, let's just do it. Why not? Like, I got my my Telos that I'm always, you know, showing. So it's like, let's see. I got my Telos that I'm always showing in the resource exchange. I've earned 50, how many? Is it showing my account right now? It's not showing no account. Is it? Oh, okay, yeah, I earned 50 Telos, man, which is pretty dope. And right now, Telos is doing pretty good, 6.2 cents. So I got a little, doing pretty okay, man. And I need to get back to my roots, man. Need to get back to my roots. So I'm not gonna lie, guys, I think that's about it. I'm gonna wrap it up from here. You guys excited about Voice, man? I'm excited about Voice. If you haven't signed up for the beta, voice.com, go ahead. If you guys have not signed up for Lynx chain, they're an EOS.io fork, or they're using the EOS.io software. They're not even a fork. They're using the EOS.io software. Very good wallet. Very easy to use. The desktop allows you to, you know, play some of the dApps and stuff. It's free to get an account with Lynx. Just click the link in the description below, and we both get a coin, which is pretty helpful for me. H Boogie said I have to look into Telos. It's not the same like DeFi type stuff. It's really like, you know, I'm not like referring people into Telos the same, you know, and when I say referring, like I'm not pushing for people to jump into Telos. I do want Telos to grow. However, if there aren't really that many dApps, there's nothing to really use on Telos. This is just me kind of being risky and trying to support a project, you know. So, you know, I think they got some good stuff going on. I love the EOS.io ecosystem, and the staking rewards are pretty good right now. Let me switch back. Sorry. So Telos, the staking rewards are pretty good. Can't really, gotta go to Rex here. They're at 17% APR. However, if the price of Telos itself fluctuates and goes down, then, you know, what's the point of getting this type of return? Also, if you want to unstake, it takes like 3 days to unstake, or 4 days, something like that. So people can't just, you know, panic and jump out of this or run away doing some fraudulent activities, whatever the case is. That's why they have that period for the staking. So 17% APR, it doesn't feel risky to me because they're still small, and they've been doing nothing but building very good on the back end as far as technology, and they have the D store that's coming out, so I'm excited about that. It's a risk I'm willing to take, and if you like staking and stuff like that, just look into it. It's just look into it, but you know how it goes. Crypto's volatile and it's all risky, man. It's not like stable coins. So thanks everybody, 15 viewers. This thing is growing, man. This thing is growing, guys. Remember, this is just a place where we can just talk about all types of crypto. We shift from Ethereum into EOS IO chains, into Bitcoin. We talked about Litecoin. We'll probably start talking about Tron a little bit the more I learn about them. We talk about everything in crypto, really. There's no reason to hold back, man. So let's grow this community. And I just want to thank everybody that jumped in. Mr. Lodak, thank you as usual. Moderator in the building, of course. H Boogie, Cryptov, the Crypto Type, Matt Sandstrom. Who else is here? I think that's pretty much Rebenzo, Crypto Media, and every single person that is watching. It's your boy Low Key. I will catch you guys on the next one. I am out of here. Peace.